Good evening, class 7. In the previous classes, we talked about respiration, the entire basic concept of respiration and types of respiration. Today, we will be studying about respiration in plants. Respiration takes place in both plant and animals. We know the process of respiration takes place in animals. Just as a reminder, respiration is a process in which the foodstuffs are broken down in order to release energy. And for the process of respiration, there is an important requirement of oxygen. In plants too, the process of respiration takes place. During the morning time, another process, that is photosynthesis, takes place in plant for the preparation of food, for which the utilization of carbon dioxide is very necessary. Carbon dioxide along with the water, with the sunlight, leads to the formation of foodstuffs. Now that food need to be utilized by the plant, the energy need to be utilized by the plant, so the breakdown of food is necessary, and it can be only possible by the process of respiration. So during daytime, both the process of photosynthesis and respiration takes place in the plant, whereas during the night, only the process of respiration takes place, as we know that during night there is no availability of sunlight and photosynthesis can only be take place in the presence of sunlight. So only respiration takes place during night. And the process of respiration is similar to the animals, as in plants too also there is an exchange of respiratory gases. What are the respiratory gases? These are carbon dioxide and oxygen. However, during the process of photosynthesis, the carbon dioxide is taken by the plant and oxygen is released as a byproduct to the environment. One important fact regarding the respiratory organs in animals and plants is that in animals the respiratory organs can be skin, lung, and in insect trachea, etc. Whereas in plants, the organs through which the respiration process takes place are the roots, stems, and leaves. So first we are going to deal with the respiration in roots. Root, as you know, it is submerged in the ground, in the soil, and soil is a very porous material. Porous means that it consists of sand and small stones, might be pebbles. So in between those stones and porous there is gaps, there are air gaps. These air gaps consist of air. Air, by air I mean oxygen. So what happens? If you see at the structure of roots, these roots have thread-like structures or extensions coming out from it. These are known as root hairs. So this root hairs plays a very important role in intake of oxygen and outgoing of carbon dioxide. As for the process of respiration, exchange of gases is the first step, as we know that for the process of respiration the requirement of oxygen is a must. So oxygen need to be entered into the plant's body. So if the respiration is taken place in the cells of the root, so oxygen need to come, and this come through the process of diffusion from the soil through the root hair, and it enter into the cells of the root, where this oxygen is utilized for the breaking down of the food and the release of energy, whereas as a byproduct or as a waste product carbon dioxide is released. Now this carbon dioxide, entire carbon dioxide is not thrown out of the body. Half is utilized as plant need it for the process of photosynthesis, whereas the rest amount is thrown out of the plant's body through the same root hairs. Talking about the diffusion process. What do I mean by the process of diffusion? Diffusion is a process in which the substances from a higher concentration moves towards a lower concentration. Now what do I mean by that? Concentration means amount. It simply means that if you could see in the picture there that the amount of the oxygen is very much in the soil and there is no oxygen present inside the plant body. So when the air is moving from the place where it is present in large quantity to a place where it is present in a nil or small quantity, then it is said to be known as the process of diffusion. That means movement of air or movement of oxygen from the place where it is present in large amount to a place where it is present in small amount is known as diffusion. Similarly, carbon dioxide, when the process of respiration takes place inside the cells of the root, the percentage of carbon dioxide is very much in all the cells. So in comparison to outside, there are much amount of carbon dioxide inside the plant root, so it need to be thrown out. So similarly, the movement of carbon dioxide from the place where it is in higher concentration or higher amount, that means inside the root, to outside, that where it is in a less amount, that means in soil, this process is known as diffusion. The next topic is respiration in stems. Most of the herbaceous plants means plants which are short in height and which usually don't have woody stem. Instead, they have soft stems. So such type of plants have stomata in them, in their stems, and through this stomata, the exchange of respiratory gases takes place. What happens? That oxygen present in the atmosphere diffuses through into the plant's body, into the plant's stem through the stomata present in the stem, and it reaches to each cell of the stem. And inside each cell of the stem, the process of respiration takes place with help of oxygen, and as a waste product or as a byproduct, carbon dioxide is released. This carbon dioxide is again diffused out through the stomata to the outer atmosphere as a waste product. However, not all amount of carbon dioxide is released out. Certain amount is taken up by the plant and it is utilized for the process of photosynthesis. One more important structure present in plants is lenticels. As I said, that stomata is usually present in plants which have soft stems, whereas the trees which have barks, which are woody barks, so in them there is another type of structure present in the bark. These are like cracks in the bark. known as lenticles. So these lenticles, as the picture is also given there in the slide, you can see there this slit or cracks in the bark in the stems. These are the lenticles, and in woody plants the oxygen enter through this lenticle and reaches to each part or each cell of the stem, and there it undergo the process of respiration, and then again carbon dioxide is released out and it diffuses out into the atmosphere through the same lenticles. If you look into your book, you will find certain differences between stomata and lenticles. Stomata are usually present in stems, or they can also be present in dicot leaves. Dicot leaves and in dicot leaves they are present on the lower surface of the leaves. Dicot means plants which have seeds with two cotyledons, whereas cotyledonous leaves, whereas in monocot they are present both in the upper surface and on the lower surface. And the stomata remain open only during the daytime. As you know it, we have already discussed about stomata in previous chapter. Lenticles are usually present on the stems and branches of woody plants, and they remain open every time. So every time there is a continuous exchange of gases, as we know that respiration is most probable to take place at night when the photosynthesis is not occurring. But this doesn't mean that respiration only take place during night. It takes place during daytime also and night time. Respiration in leaves. As I mentioned in previous slide and I talked about it, that stomata is present in both dicot in monocot plant, and in dicot plant, dicot leaves, it is present on the lower surface, whereas in monocot leaves it is present in both upper and lower surface. So in leaves the exchange of gases takes place through the stomata. As it is present, we have already talked about stomata in leaves in a previous chapter. So if you are not getting through it, just revise the previous chapter, where let me give you a reminder that there is a mesophyll cells. Mesophyll outer side is a cuticle, then upper epidermis, then the mesophyll cells, which in composed of palisade cells and spongy cells, and down the lower epidermis there is the opening of stomata controlled by the guard cells. So through this only the oxygen enters into the leaves and it reaches to all the cells of the leaves, where the process of respiration takes place and carbon dioxide is released at the byproduct. This carbon dioxide again diffuses out through the same stomata to the outer environment. Apart from that, you also know that between the cells there is certain spaces. These spaces have been termed as intercellular spaces. So through these spaces also the process of exchange of gases takes place. That means intake of oxygen and given out of carbon dioxide. Another important fact is that a part of oxygen given out as a result of photosynthesis is used up by the plants for respiration, and rest is given out through stomata. Now, one important fact which need to be mentioned here is that, as we know that during daytime photosynthesis takes place, and during photosynthesis oxygen is released. So entire oxygen is not going to be thrown out. However, like suppose if 60% of oxygen is released, so all 60% is not going to be thrown out of the plant body to the outside environment. Instead, 40% or suppose 30% of it is kept by the plant for the process of respiration, and rest 30% is thrown out. Similarly, when carbon dioxide is released during the process of respiration, entire carbon dioxide is not released. Half is used for the process of photosynthesis and rest half is released out. And this how the cycle continues, like taking in of carbon dioxide. I'm talking about the respiration process. Taking in of oxygen, utilization of oxygen, release of carbon dioxide, again taking in of carbon dioxide for the process of photosynthesis, release out of oxygen, again take in of oxygen for the process of respiration, release out of carbon dioxide. This is how the entire cycle continues. So this is all about the process of respiration in plant taken place by in root, leaves and stems. So in the next slide there is a video which will give you a fresh concept and a clear concept of respiration leaves.